Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth, as always, by my partner, Dan Greatchuck. Dan, great to be here with you tonight.
Always good to be here, Zach.
Oregon is taking on rival and Badger South Conference opponent Monona Grove here at home at the Oregon Ice Arena. Promises to be a very good game, very important game in terms of the conference standings. We're starting to get into conference play. Let's look a little bit at both of these teams. We'll start with the Panthers. After losing their season opener to Middleton 2-1, they have been on fire. They've not lost since. Their sixth win in a row came last week against fellow Badger South Conference opponent Monroe. That effort was a 12-1 victory in which virtually everyone was involved. 11-1. It was made all the more impressive because senior scoring threat Tristan Hughes watched the game from the bench. Tyson Rohrer earned a hat trick as well as getting an assist. Tyler Damon led the game with 5 points. All but 4 skaters who saw ice time notched at least 1 point. But amongst all the great stats, the best stat was by far this: no penalties. 0 penalties for the Panthers. They stayed out of the box the whole game. They played a complete 3-period game.
And you don't come across that too much, especially in high school hockey, where you're not even going to get called for an interference, a hook, a trip. No, nothing was there. So it was impressive to see, given that for a number of games prior, they spent most of the time in the box. So it was good to see. It's a sign of maturity, and hopefully Coach Yachman has managed to get into their heads that they need to be on the ice in order to score goals.
Absolutely, and we've talked about this in the past. The Panthers have had penalty troubles. Tristan Hughes, who we mentioned, the reason he was out of that game was because of a game disqualification against McFarland for boarding. It was great to see him stay out of the box. It was great to see them handle an opponent in a confident manner. You and I cover Monroe on the radio, so we're somewhat partial to Monroe. We like what we see from a very young team, but they are a very young team. They're just not on the same level as Oregon. And Oregon, I thought, played it just right when you're playing an opponent like that.
Yeah, they did. They didn't take any chances they didn't need to, while at the same time they weren't skating off with the puck. And what I mean by that is people see a score like 10-1, 11-1, and they think they're running up the score. One of the things you have to remember is if you're not taking shots on a goaltender, that sometimes hurts more than taking shots on goaltenders. I've been in blowouts where I've let in way more goals than I want to admit, and I still want them to come in with everything they have. It's a good way to keep me in the game, and again, you just need to keep going. So to see the maturity and the confidence from the Panthers in that game was something good to watch. And I was also really impressed with the courage and confidence that Monroe showed in never quitting.
Absolutely not. They fought to the end, got their goal in the second period, and played as well as they could play against a team that just has the advantage in terms of experience. Looking at Monona Grove, they've not enjoyed the same success as the Panthers. They're currently 1-3. They got their first win 6 days ago against conference opponent Milton, and they defeated them 7-1. That said, 4 days before that, they fell to conference opponent Edgewood 12-1. Their 2 early season losses were to Perennial Power Wanakee and 5-1 co-op team KMMO, that's Marine, McQuantico, and Oconomowoc. Considering the quality of the opponents they faced, it's difficult to know what that 1-3 record means. And coming in here against the Panthers, I think it's hard to say exactly what we can expect from them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, watching them during warm-ups, you've got some good fundamentals in goaltending. You got some people who can really skate, good hands so far. It's always interesting to see how that translates into a game situation. But again, this is a hard building to come into. Oregon is a hard team to play against. They have a great program. It's been solid for a number of years. And Monona Grove is getting better as the years go on.
They absolutely are. And then looking at them, the one stat that I found, because we can read deep into stats all day, but one that you and I like to talk about and I thought was interesting with Monona Grove is special teams. They've only had 8 power play opportunities, but they've converted on 3 of them, which gives them a 37.5% power play percentage, which is outstanding. However, they've given up 9 power plays of their own, and on those they've surrendered goals on 6 of them for a 33.3% PK percentage, which is quite concerning. Now, that's not a lot of penalties either way, so one thing it tells you is they don't end up in the box very often, nor do their opponents. Nevertheless, those are an odd pair of percentages to have on the special team side.
It really is. And again, having only 8 power play opportunities but being able to capitalize on 3 of them, that's huge. And we said it in the last game. If Oregon goes into the box, the best way for a team to exploit that is to score goals. And apparently Monona Grove has the ability to do that. So it really is important for the Panthers to not end up in the box. On the other hand, if You have a team like the Panthers on a power play. We've seen their passing. It's starting to get to where it was last season, where they were able to really dominate on the outsides of the ice as well as getting right down in those scoring lanes. And that's one of the things we didn't see a lot from Oregon against Monroe is right down the middle charges. If they're able to move that puck and generate that kind of scoring pressure on a power play, that's really going to tire out Monona Grove's defenders.
Absolutely. Finally, before we get going, you and I talked with Coach Yachman before the game. Tristan Hughes is back from suspension like we talked about. Andy Ziamek is back from injury, so they have the full complement of players. Coach Yachman did tell us he, like in the Monroe game, is planning on, at least in the first period, kind of changing lines up, seeing who gels with who. Are you surprised that this far into the season that we're still working with lines, or do you think that is something that shows that this coaching staff is really working to find the best possible solution?
No, I'm not surprised by it at all. As a matter of fact, I want to see that same kind of change up, being creative and seeing what's going to happen for a number of games yet. You want to find what lines work the best before January 1. That's really where you want to go into that second half, the end part going into the playoffs and such with your best foot forward, finding the best lines that gel together. So again, I'm not surprised by it at all. I think it's a smart move. And I'm curious to also see, Coach didn't say this, but I'm going to look to see if they're going to be running 4 lines tonight because I have a feeling they are.
Alrighty, folks. Folks, this program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Those sponsors include Bill's Food Center, providing southern Wisconsin with quality products, great customer service, and a warm welcome since 1978. The Oregon Community Bank, Feel Good Banking. William R. Torhorst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic, trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy, right here in Oregon. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon School District, actively building competence, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. And finally, a reminder that this and all OCAmedia programs are available. Call 291-0148 or visit OCAmedia.com for more information. You can also search on YouTube for OCAmedia and see sports, local council meetings, and everything in between. We're going to take a quick break while the Zamboni clears the ice, and we'll be back with the first period. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey.
Welcome, hockey fans, to tonight's WIA Varsity Hockey Contest between the Monona Grove Silver Eagles and your Oregon Panthers. This game is refereed by Adam Johnson and Ryan Schroeder, assists as the linesman Mike McCarry. And now for tonight's starting lineups. For Monona Grove, at defense, number 5, Garrett Minji. At defense, number 21, Brett Zack. At forward, number 8, Brady Garothinis. At forward, number 13, Matthew Prebush. And at forward, number 21, Candace Smith. In goal, Monona Grove, number 31, Andrew Gilbertson. In goal, the scorer, Dave Kinsler, Kurt Downset, Toby Kinsler, Sean Quinn, and Christopher Watkinson. And now for your Oregon Panthers. Tonight in goal, defense is senior number 6, Hayden Bell. At defense is junior number 12, Gage Shilton. As forward is senior number 8, Tyson Rohr. At forward number 10, Zach Roscoe. And a forward, junior, number 18, Matthew Strassman. The Panthers are head coached by Mike Yockland and assisted by Tony Liebert and Megan Bateman. If you please rise, remove your caps, and face the flag for the national anthem. Let's play hockey.
You and I were talking off air as we were watching warm-ups. Monona Grove's goaltending has been a bit suspect this year. They've struggled between the pipes, and you and I were watching Andrew Gilbertson, number 31, warm up. He'll be the starter. Seemed a little sluggish, had pretty good positioning, but just wasn't super snappy with his movements. Is there a way for Oregon to exploit that?
Well, if they can move, this is a trick for any hockey team. Any team that can move the puck up and down, back and forth, get that goaltender going side to side, you're always going to open up opportunities. And if your goaltender is a little slower on those side to sides, not having that same kind of hard push off, that's something that can be exploited quickly by Oregon's superior passing.
Alrighty. Folks, 17 minutes per period, 3 periods here in the high school game. We are just about to get underway. It's going to be Zach Roscos for the Panthers taking on Brady Gareth-Ennis for the Silver Eagles. Puck is dropped. Panthers win it. Tyson Rohr has it, and we are ready to go here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Long pass from Hayden Bell goes a bit too long. A quick icing call, and we'll head down to the Panthers' end for a faceoff.
One of the things that's often overlooked is how good a team is at faceoffs, and Roscos has been solid in every game. He is a face-off specialist, and that's something you always like to see because based on that, teams can start to set plays in the offensive end.
Got one sub in for the Panthers. Bring out Carson Timberlake. Off the draw, it is again won by the Panthers. They get it to Timberlake. He moves it behind the net, carrying nicely, and comes up along the near side. Lead pass goes a bit long for Strassman, but Roscos picks it off. Now he's got Strassman across. Shot deflected into the glass, ends up on the net, and we get the whistle there. Deflected right onto the netting. Couldn't clear it off.
Yeah, that's that speed through the neutral zone that Oregon has. Monona Grove made a bad pass through the middle, and Roscos was right there to pick it up. That's the kind of speed that Monona Grove needs to watch for.
I'm surprised we're bringing this face-off out of the zone. I guess because it wasn't against MG in terms of the stoppage. It was just nobody's fault. But off the face-off, it is won by the Panthers. They'll move it over to Hayden Bell. Now back to Timberlake on the near side. Timberlake through center. It's chipped in by Roscos, but taken quickly by the Silver Eagles. They move it to Garrett Vinge. He's up off the wall, trying to clear it out, and he does. But Tyson Rohr, who had that hat trick in the game against Monroe last week, picks it up. Timberlake now reverses course, heads towards the zone, goes right into center, now moves to the far dot, turns around and head up to his position at the point. Give it over to Rohr on the opposite side, and Rohr trying to move it through into center. Sends it along the rear wall, picked up quickly by the Silver Eagles, but Rohr intercepts once again, now taken again by the Silver Eagles. Look to clear it high off the glass. Timberlake can't stop it, and that one actually coming all the way down to the Panthers zone. Ryan Mitchick will pick it up there. 15:57 to play in the first period. Still no score. Mitchick, a nice backhanded pass, and gets it to Timberlake. Timberlake's pass goes a bit long, but taken by Damon. Damon moves it ahead to Colton Ayers. Ayers enters the zone, but Tristan Hughes, a little bit out of sorts, well offsides. Ayers had to track quite a ways horizontally along the line, and we end up with the offsides call.
He did. Ayers made those probably 2 or 3 extra moves that Tristan just couldn't adjust for, and again, that's going to happen when you make too many moves by the blue line.
Ayers taking on Riley Seifert in the faceoff dot now for MG. Seifert getting his mask adjusted. Now we're ready to play. Nope, linesman wants to make sure it's fully secured. Safety first here in the high school game. Off the faceoff, Seifert does win it, and MG sends it out into neutral ice, so it's quickly slapped back in by Colton Ayers for the Panthers. He'll chase after. Moving to the near side, now taken by Damon, up to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan trying to work it back to Damon. They do hold it at the point. Damon, a nice job to leap over the puck. The puck stays in the playing area. Off-ice official thought he was going to grab it, but it stays in, and a huge hand pass. Tyler Damon had that in his hand, took a couple of strides, thought he'd have a glass of milk before he drops it back onto the ice.
Yeah, that was, I'm surprised, honestly, that wasn't a delay of game. I mean, he had a full grip, did a spin, skated forward, and then threw it onto the ice. So that one was right on that line.
Big line change coming up for both teams. And with 15:25 to play in the first period, we'll get a face-off on the near side of the Panther zone after the hand pass call. Draw is won by MG. They lose it at the point, though. It comes out into center ice, delayed offsides, now back into center ice. Damon tries to carry it through, has it swatted off his stick, and MG turns around the other way. Trevor Ogden dumps that one in, and played by the stick of Hunter Newton. Timberlake rims it hard to the near side, held though by MG. They send it through center, broken up nicely by Tristan Hughes. Hughes pursues it up along the corner, and Damon sends it out into neutral ice. High shot coming up, easily gloved by Newton, well above the crossbar, and gives it up to his teammates. Move it to Damon on the near wall. Damon up along into center ice. It's carried by Hughes. Hughes loses track of it, but now Carson Timberlake's got a chance, and he flies up the near side and enters the zone. Timberlake lost that one, I think, off the linesman's skate. Still digging, fighting for it. Hughes has it now outside, back in neutral ice. Hughes in front of the penalty box. Andy Zymek trying to get there. Fighting after it is Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis into the center. No, broken up by Tyler Damon. Now into center again, and instead it heads all the way to the far wall. Tyler Damon moving it up in front of the benches. It's regrabbed by MG. Brett Zapp sends that one forward, but Carson Timberlake there and dumps it in front of the scorer's table. Hits Timberlake in the chest, a good stop, and he's moving this one across to his D partner, Matt Rush. Oh, a great one-touch pass from Jake Fountain. Got it to Zymek. Zymek, though, checked off the puck, but he knocks this one in. Zymek paddling hard there after suffering an injury, and Monroe did not get to play in that game. Now he's back, and he's looking good. MG trying to clear this one out of their zone. Zapp has it, moves it across to his D partner, Garrett Vinge, and Vinge will send it high off the glass and into center ice, where it's knocked in by Ryan Berger. This one will be taken by Drew Reynolds for the Panthers. Move it up to Jake Fountain. Fountain loses control, and Berger has it once again. But Rush stepping in along with Zymek. Now they move it behind the net, try to send it forward, hits the back of the net, can't do anything with it, and Rush has it. Rush turns around, heads to the far side, flips it along the boards to Jake Fountain. Fountain trying to track after this one. Nice work, but great hold at the point by Dawson Dutcher, and Dutcher sends it back down low. 13:30 to play in the first period. Still scoreless here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Panthers control. They send it up off the wall, held by Dutcher at the point, and sent back down. Jake Fountain on the corner now decides to reverse course, send it to the near side. Drew Reynolds moving it up to Sawyer LaChance. LaChance cross-ice pass, does get out of the zone. That's going to be an offsides warning. Zymek kind of favoring a shoulder there as he heads off. Looked like he might have gotten some kind of shoulder injury.
Yeah, he's favoring it a little bit. He's moving it, and I wonder if that's maybe what kept him out of the last game.
Puck still in neutral ice here. MG trying to corral it. They send it across, move it over to Ethan Johnson. Johnson looks for the long outlet pass. It goes past everyone. This may come down for icing. It does, and we'll get the face-off in the MG zone.
Right now, Monona Grove is playing a smart style of hockey. They're really taking away time and space from the Panthers, and they're not letting them generate any good cycles into the zone, and they're keeping everything to the outside. We really haven't seen a good scoring chance from either side yet.
12:52 to play in the first period. Still scoreless. Going to get a big line change for the Panthers here. Shuffle a lot of new players in. Zach Roscos in the dot, taking on Brady Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis wins it back, but Roscos still fighting for it. Knocks it over to Tyson Rohr, but it's taken instead by MG. Now a shot comes in. Deflection attempt from Roscos, and it's swallowed up. Kind of a change-up shot from Gage Shiljan at the point. Roscos tried for the deflection. Good stop by Andrew Gilbertson.
Yeah, and Roscos got the shaft of his stick on it. And again, good positioning from Gilbertson out there just to make sure that he's able to swallow up that redirect.
Roscos wins that faceoff and, in fact, takes it himself on the near wall, rims it back over to the far side. Strassman trying to get after it here. getting help from Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer still battling for it. It leaks towards center, and MG is going to be able to clear this one out. Good lead pass trying to hit Matthew Prybush. Prybush picks this one up in the corner, sends through to center. A skate gets on it from Shiljan, and that's the only thing that keeps that from being a goal from Tanner Smith. But now here comes Roscos the other way. Gets it to Shiljan. Shiljan carries nicely. Shiljan shot too high. Up over the corner, but the Panthers still hustling after it. They send it back into the zone and maintain it. Managed to hold it along the glass there, but now the MG will be able to clear it out. Boy, MG had a great chance here, and then the Panthers took it the other way.
Yeah, and I think Gilbertson got his blocker on that shot as it came in, because that looked like it redirected after it hit him.
Hayden Bell trying to dig this one off his own corner here on the far side of the Panthers zone. His pass to Strausman goes beyond him, and MG will hold this one in the zone once again. Lots of collisions here as players are battling up along the wall. This one now works its way towards center for Jake Lemire. Lemire loses control of it, though, and Colton Ayers steps in along with Hayden Bell. Lemire now has it again, turns around for the backhand, can't do it, and it's taken by Ayers. Ayers moves that forward for Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer up off the glass and into center ice. Ayers stepping up for it, can't get to it, but now he gets the lead ice pass and moves it forward. Tristan Hughes around one man. He's got Ayers in the center. Now around wrap chance, no good, just couldn't quite turn on it. Hayden Bell at the point. Shot comes in, save, rebound opportunity, swatted away. Tyler Damon moves around one man now. Send it back to the point. Tristan Hughes, top of the circle. Shot, and no good, just missed. And this one now taken by Timberlake down to Damon. Panthers getting lots of chances here. Colton Ayers turns around on it, can't grab it, and Ethan Johnson will have it. Sends it up along the far wall. Bell there in front of the Zamboni trying to clear it out. It's taken by Hughes. Hughes to the center point, moves this one over to Timberlake at the outside point, and actually it comes out of the zone. What a set of chances there for Oregon.
It was, and that's what Monona Grove has to watch out for, because they can really get in there and start moving that puck well.
Great carry by Ayers, now over to Damon. Damon top of the circle, shot deflected, doesn't make it to the net. Back to Damon on the far side. Send up to the point, not going to get there in time as Rush, he was changing. And an offsides call. I thought Rush held that on the blue line, but they do make the call there, so we'll come out of the zone for the offsides faceoff.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing about Gilbertson, too, and I kind of talked about this while we were off air, it's always hard to judge how a goaltender is going to do based on what they do in warm-ups. And he's a lot faster on his angles than he was there, so he's a very aggressive goaltender. He's a good 4 inches outside the crease, very aggressive, good, quick movements.
Andy Zymek wins the draw for the Panthers. They retreat into their own defensive zone and look to set up a breakout. Lead pass for Zymek goes past him. He takes a big hit, and now this one deep into the MG zone, but they control. Garrett Vinge has it there, forced to turn around once again. Sawyer LaChance putting on some pressure, but now here comes Vinge. Vinge one-on-one against Matt Rush. Taps it past him, and he'll chase after it. Getting there first is Drew Reynolds, who moves it up to Rush. Rush on the wall, now sends it forward. Big hit there from Rush, and here come the Panthers the other way. Jake Fountain to Zach Roscos. LaChance stops up at the blue line. Roscos moves in toward the net, diving to stop it as MG, and force Roscos around. Wine shot, save, and a rebound attempt. Now the one-timer no good. Now the wrister comes in, another save. It's in front of the net. Oh, and LaChance just can't quite get it there. Now they do clear this one out. What a one-timer, and the second wrister from Roscos. Both of those were grand shots.
Yeah, they were taking away Gilbertson's eyes. He did not see a lot what was going on there, and that's what you need to do.
Now held by Garrett Vinge, once again trying to clear this one out. His lead pass a bit long, gathered up by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan up off the wall for Zach Roscos, too strong, and it goes to Brett Zapp. Zapp in his own zone, trying to dangle around Roscos. It's taken off his tape briefly by Pat McCormick. Now comes back to Zapp in the center. Zapp moving through center ice. He's got a number of players with him as he carries it. He'll dump that one in and go for a change, and it'll be taken by Oregon. Gage Shiljan, a nice little move there, a little delay move, gets it to Pat McCormick. It works its way into the slot. Shot coming. What a block from Ryan Mitchick. Mitchick gets in front and blocks it with the body. That shot coming from Matthew Prybush. Great entry now. Bryce McLeod, a shot and a glove save. Great entry pass, a great shot. And how about Mitchick getting the body in front of that shot in the slot there?
Yeah, that's exactly what he needed to do, because that puck was bouncing in a way that could have gone right into the slot, give him a good shot. Both sides right now are playing a very chess game-like game here. They're not really taking any risks.
No, neither team giving the other great opportunities. Oregon has found a few. Now Damon cross-ice pass, shot off the post and into the rafters. Damon can put so much fire on that wrister. He hits the post and it goes up into the ceiling. What a shot.
Yeah, he was going high blocker. I think the only one that has a harder shot than Damon out there is Tristan Hughes.
Great play from Oregon, trying to get something going here. Damon in the face-off circle, grabs it quickly, shot and a pad save, but he contains the puck and now loses it back to Colton Ayers on the opposite side. Ayers looking to get in the center, instead to the point for Timberlake. Timberlake center point for Hayden Bell. Bell's shot comes in. Right in front is Tristan Hughes. and it is covered up nicely. I think he grabbed it actually with his blocker hand. It was laying on his pad. Gilbertson, a good job to freeze it.
Yeah, and that honestly was a really smart setup from Hughes to get right in front. When I got to give him credit, once we saw that puck was covered, he backed off, which is what you want to see. But when you can get that kind of a screen, you're going to get rebounds all the time.
You can tell the Panthers are playing different lines. There's been a little bit of confusion at each face-off, but now we're ready. Rush fires a wrister in. It deflects off a number of players. Gilbertson tries to get on top, and a quick whistle from the official. I think he saw Gilbertson at full extension, just wanted to stop things up.
Yeah, that's kind of no man's land for a goaltender. When you're making the snow angels out there, you're just hoping the puck is somewhere under you.
Andy Ziamek will be in the dot for the Panthers. We're on the far side of the MG zone. 8:32 to play in the first period. Still no score here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Face-off comes. It is won by MG to the back wall. Carried there behind the net, looking to move it through center. Good pass up, and they get it to Ogden. Ogden fires all the way across, but Rush steps in front, tries to get it for Ziamek. Ziamek works past his man, now gets this one to LaChance. LaChance goes down, and Zapp will take it for the Silver Eagles. Zapp up off the wall and back to his partner Vinge. Now back to Zapp in the same manner. On the near side, passes forward to Ogden. His pass picked off. Ziamek, high slot, shot broken up, doesn't get to the net, and now out and into center ice. Panthers have it there. Turning around is Matt Rush. He gets that one forward and fired in by Jake Fountain. LaChance coming up along the near side to get after it as Brett Zapp stops it behind his own net. Poked along, but it comes back to Zapp on the near side now, who turns around and heads through center. Ziamek nearly takes him off the puck, but he's able to carry it to the near wall, and now looks to pass this one out. Long lead pass, and it's golfed in. We'll get a 5-man change for MG.
Yeah, they were out there for a long time. They were getting some tired legs.
Carried now by Matt Rush. Matt Rush moves around a couple players, tries to poke it forward, but it's taken. Now they've got 3-on-2 here. Pass it to center. Shot save, and it ends up behind the net. 2 quick saves from Hunter Newton on a great blown chance here. That shot goes well wide of the cage and comes to the near side, but MG putting pressure on. This one carried by Tanner Smith. Smith through to center. Nothing there but Panthers, and they knock it to the near wall. Ziamek up off the wall and sends it out, but boy, a blown play there and a pickoff right in the slot leads to a great scoring chance for MG.
Yeah, you had a 3-on-1. The problem was Monona Grove didn't have a lot of real estate to deal with there.
Now trying to carry this one out, popping in is Tyson Rohrer. He manages to get his stick on it, hold it along the wall, comes towards center where Zach Roscos is able to take it, flings it across, and gets it to Strassman on the near side. Strassman's got one man to beat. He flips it past him and into the zone. This one will come behind. No, I guess we're going to get an icing call on that. I thought Strassman did clear the center line, but icing is the call. We'll head back to the Panthers zone for the faceoff.
Yeah, that was a real close one. I thought he was over the line too, but the refs generally have a better view than we do up here.
Most definitely. 6:45 to play, still 0-0 in the first period here. Panthers taking on the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Zach Roscos against Riley Seifert in the dot. Roscos wins it, and Ryan Mitchell will have it behind the net. Mitchell off the wall hard, great pass, and gets it to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer moving very well past one man, tries to move around the second man. He does get by him, tries to check the other guy off the puck. Now into center for Roscos, just over his tape, and it's held by Ethan Johnson, who clears it into center ice. The Panthers exploiting their speed advantage.
Yeah, that was a nice move, and it was a great job by Monona Grove to go ahead and play the body and separate the puck from him.
We're seeing a lot of good stick handling from both teams, a lot of good moves on the ice here, almost like a figure skating competition, if you will, as guys try and move around each other. Gage Shiljan now sends this one through. It's broken up by Connor Handel and ends up right in front of the penalty box. Roscos and Shiljan trying to dig it off the wall. They get it past both of them, and in fact, Mitchell now will have to hustle after it with Carnes Bingham chasing him. Mitchell puts that hard along the wall. Great one-touch pass. Strassman gets it forward to Hughes. Hughes able to play with the skate, and here's Hughes 2-on-2 with Zach Roscos in the center. Hughes gets after it, still going with it. Hughes a ton of speed, now wrapping around, trying to get in the center. It's finally poked off, but he tracks it back down and gets it to Tyler Damon. Damon pushed up against the wall, stays with the puck though, and feeds this one up to the point for Timberlake. Timberlake sends one in. It's broken up and stopped by Connor Handel. Handel loses control. Now Vinge has it. Vinge high and out of play. That one hit very funny. It caught the corner where the boards and the glass meet. Ends up in his own bench. We'll get the out-of-play faceoff.
Hughes came in with a bunch of speed along that far wall, skated behind the net looking for some support, and there was just a big line change going on. So he did a great job of killing some time there, looking for a little help to move that puck.
5:26 to play in the first period. Still 0-0. Colton Ayers taking on Brady Garathenis on the far side of the Silver Eagle zone. Damon right in the slot, knocks it towards the goalie, and Gilbertson wisely just puts his glove on top of it. Damon, you could tell, just trying to force it toward the crease.
Yeah, he's going to get into those ugly areas. He's willing to get a little gritty in there, and that's one of the reasons why he has as many goals as he does.
Face-off coming again, same plot. Only 3 seconds off the clock. Now get it to the point. Schrott rifled in the rebound attempt, trying to dig it off the opposing skater. Shot from Damon, I don't know how that missed.
Post.
It hit the post. I can't believe that didn't find its way in. Damon had a lot of net to look at, but hits the post. MG still playing with this when they send it back on a nice backhanded pass to Garrett Vinge, and Vinge will try and carry it free. Good tap by Damon, though, and he holds it right at the center line. Damon moves that one all the way across to the far side. Hayden Bell trying to get after it, delivers a huge shot at the blue line, and Tristan Hughes picks it up. Hughes trying to move around one man. He shakes him loose, and the Panthers have a real chance here. Damon falling over as he tries to enter the zone, just lost control of the skates and fell backwards. Hughes retreats back into the Panthers' defensive zone. Moves this one across to Bell. Now they find Timberlake on the lead pass. Timberlake screaming up the left wing side, gets past his man, tries to send to center. Feed into center, shot from Ayers, and a score! Carson Timberlake, great speed up the near side here, feeds to Colton Ayers in the center, and the Panthers get on the board 1-0.
Yeah, that was just good speed working through, and I'm not sure if Ayers got a stick on it. It almost looked to me like it bounced off.
Do you think he put it backward off of Gilbertson?
I think so. Kind of from what it was looking like. It looked like it caught the back of him, and that's why I think Gilbertson's kind of unhappy with that.
Well, we'll listen for the PA announcer here. Either way, a great effort play from the captain, Carson Timberlake. Colton Ayers right in position, whether he got a hand on it or not. Good position play from him. And it's 1-0 Panthers with 4:28 to play in the first period. Panthers in their defensive zone lose control of the puck, and MG is able to send it back down, where it'll be taken by Drew Reynolds. Reynolds up to Pat McCormick. McCormick stick handling, pushed up against the wall, now loses control. Drew Reynolds tries to accelerate it along, can't do it. MG still controls here. Now they drop off, and Zach Roscos will have it, move it over to Bryce McLeod. McLeod's pass for McCormick is picked off, and they dump that one back into the zone. Now carried by MG. No, Roscos strips it, and here comes Zach Roscos. Roscos could cross ice pass to McCormick, who dumps it in. Big collision in front of the wall there, and that one ends up behind the MG net. They accelerate it to the far side, look to carry forward. Send that one forward. It actually gets Pat Matt Rush and comes all the way down. Drew Reynolds is being pursued by Sebastian Carnes-Bingham, but gets it back to Matt Rush. Rush high for Bryce McLeod, gets that one out into center ice. No, held in by MG once again, sent down to the near corner now. Drew Reynolds there, sends along the wall to Rush. Rush right behind the net, trying to dig this one out. Good breakup of a pass by the Panthers, but it comes back down into their own far corner. Rush hard along the wall, but that's going to be stopped at the point by the Silver Eagles. Nearly stripped by Zach Roscos. Man, he was blown if he takes that one away. Sent back into the Oregon zone, and they will reset here. Get a forward line change. Timberlake credited with that goal. So we were just hearing from the PA announcer, it was Carson Timberlake with the goal. He fired it off the backside of Andrew Gilbertson, but here comes MG the other way with 3:02 to play in the first period. Oregon has a 1-0 lead, and Gage Shiljan carries. He goes for a long pass to Zymek. It's a bit too long, though, and Zapp will have it for the Silver Eagles. Great backhanded pass to Vinge, and Vinge moves out into center ice. Vinge coming up the near side of the Oregon zone as he enters. Moves around one man. Takes a shot. Pad save from Newton. Puck still on there, and I think the net's going to come off. Nope, we're still playing. Mitchick's got this one on the near side. Gets it up to Sawyer LaChance. LaChance high off the glass for Zymek. Zymek able to stop it up. Great play by Andy Zymek. Enters the zone, and he's onside, but Zapp knocks him off it, trying to play this one out. Now they do get it into center ice. What a chance from MG there, and a great stop from Hunter Newton.
Oh, yeah, that was just good handling of the puck and moving it into that scoring lane, and got the shot, and Hunter had to be quick to get that big pad down.
Zymek enters the zone. Feed over to LaChance in the corner. LaChance in the near corner. Back through into center, trying to deflect to Zymek. He picks it up. Now to Shiljan on the point. Shiljan to the center point for Hayden Bell. Bell hard down to Zymek. He's got it at the outer hash marks. Now back to Shiljan. Zymek on the one touch. Feed through into center. Nobody there but blue jerseys. And MG will take it the other way. Nice move around his man by Brett Zapp. Zapp enters the zone. Dumps it off. He'll go for a change. Gage Shiljan coming up onto the near wall, trying to dig it off, along with Andy Zymek and Sawyer LaChance. Zymek has this one, pushes it towards the scorer's table. Shiljan retreats and gets it to Bell. Bell now finds LaChance, and LaChance has it forward. He's caught him on a line change. Nope, he's going to go back for it as his team is wanting to change as well. Send this one across. They rifle it to the point. It's going to be held by Damon. Damon top of the circle, around one man to the corner. He's got men in the center, can't get it to him. Checks his man off the puck briefly. And now this one comes to the point. Timberlake winds, shot, and over the head of a ducking Silver Eagle. Look out. That puck was well wide of the cage. Center point for Timberlake once again. Sets up and over to Bell. One touch back to Timberlake on the near side. Send down to Damon. No to Tristan Hughes. And back up. Timberlake can't quite stop it at the blue line. Panthers will have to reset. Nice move by Timberlake around one man, around two men. Tap in, and here comes Damon. Timberlake cutting the center. Feed to him is broken up, but he's got it again. Back through center. Damon shot and a score. And Damon and Timberlake combine. Great work trying to feed it into center. They finally succeed.
It was a nice give and go from Timberlake to Damon. Just got into that weird little no man's land off to the near post and moved it right back up front. Damon was right there, lifted that one, and this time didn't hit the crossbar.
Nope, that's after two bars, including one that was hit with enough authority to send the puck into the roof.
Yep.
This is the Tyler Damon goal. That is his 7th goal of this season, his 8th point. He's also got 1 assist on the season. Doing great for the Panthers. 54 seconds to play in this first period. Panthers lead 2-0 over the visiting Monona Grove Silver Eagles. Off the draw, Matt Rush sends this one in, and hustling after it is Zach Roscoe. Getting to it first will be Ethan Johnson for MG. He sends it the other way, but Strassman there tries to get it behind the net. Now it's into center. Roscoe there, feed across, shot, and a score! Roscoe to Tyson Rohrer this time. Rohrer had the hat trick against Monroe, and he gets one here.
Yeah, 2 quick goals. I mean, I think the span there was maybe about 45 seconds in between. And that was just good work down low and moving it to the front of the net. Nice little backhand when Gilbertson was out of position. And to be quite honest, that one I think Gilbert's going to talk to his defenders about. They should have cleared that puck out of there.
You could see it developing as the Panthers started moving toward the slot. All of a sudden, they've got 3 bodies in front, and they make it work for them. So with 33 seconds to play, the Panthers now lead 3-0 here in the first period as MG enters the Oregon zone. Move that one along to the far side, and they'll try and get after it. Zach Roscoe stepping up. That puck chipped high, but remains in the ice. But now off the back of a skate, and it will be held by Roscoe. Roscoe gets this one up to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer 2-on-2 with Strassman. Rohrer tries to move around one man. It's knocked off by Vinge. Great defensive effort. Strassman can't get to it. Roscoe's trying to get after it now. 6 seconds to play. He sends it through to center. MG looking to clear it out. They do send that one out, and that should end the period. There's the horn. But the damage is done. Oregon scores 3 goals in the last little bit of this first period. They were putting pressure on. They were looking good doing it. All 3 of those goals, good, solid play from their team.
And it was gritty work that got those goals. And quite honestly, through the majority of that period, Monona Grove was playing really solid with the Panthers, and they were trading chances back and forth. It just seems like Oregon was able to bury a couple there, and they're looking really good. And dare I say it, 4 periods, no penalties.
4 periods, no penalties, and not even a whiff of it. There's no pushing and shoving. There's a lot of contact in this game, too. These teams match up well physically. They've been delivering body checks, but they've been purposeful. They've been clean. Both teams looking sharp in that respect.
Absolutely, and it just was a good period for hockey, and I think now the parents are going to come out and get recognized because it is Parents' Night tonight here in Oregon. So that's always good for the parents to come out. They've worked hard all these years getting their kids to ice rinks at 2 in the morning, driving to tournaments in Bemidji, Minnesota.
Any of us involved in high school sports at any level, whether we were athletes ourselves, parents, broadcasters like us, you know what kind of sacrifices these parents make so that their children can enjoy this level of athletics, and it's good that they're being recognized. With that in mind, we will give you down to the PA announcer, and then we will be back with the second period. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey.
First off, we have Nikki and Brad McLeod, parents of number 2, Bryce McLeod.
Duncan, Aaron, and Mitchell, parents of number 3, Ryan Mitchell. Oh yeah, Rich. Ooh!
Angie and James Damon, parents of number 4, Tyler Damon.
Nicolette and Ray Timberlake, parents of number 5, Carson Timberlake.
Next we have Lori and Mike Bell, parents of manager Kendra Bell and number 6, Hayden Bell.
Cara and Jeff Ward, parents of number 8, Tyson Ward.
Next up we have Jerry Reynolds, father of number 9, Drew Reynolds.
Julia Combe and Craig Roscoe, parents of number 10, Zach Roscoe.
Karen and Pat McCormick, parents of number 11, Patrick McCormick.
Cindy and Mike Children, parents of number 12, Gage Children.
Stacy Oros, mother of number 15, Lost Oros.
Scott and Stacy Fallon, parents of number 16, Jake Fallon.
Shane and Monica Hughes, parents of number 17, Tristan Hughes.
Dawn and Tim Strassman, parents of number 18, Matthew Strassman.
Roberta and Mark Rush, parents of number 19, Matt Rush.
Lisa and Craig Ayers, parents of number 20, Colt Ayers.
Barb and Duke Ziomic, parents of number 24, Andy Ziomic.
Sue and John LaChance, parents of number 25, Sawyer LaChance.
Next we have Ingrid and Blaine Newton, parents of number 29, Hunter Newton.
Maria and Tom Ayers, parents of number 30, Jacob Ayers.
Lynn and Todd Cloud, parents of manager Kendra Cloud. Rachel Jacobson and Ray Lowe, parents of Ruby Lowe. Next we have Father Eric Scalisi and Sister Brittany here for Brooklyn Scalisi. Rachel and Brad Schultz, parents of Aaron Schultz. This concludes the celebrations of Parent Day. So everybody give it up for the parents of our players and managers.
Welcome back, everybody. Zach Seeloff, Dan Graychuk here at the Oregon High School Ice Arena. The Panthers have a 3-0 lead after the first period. Dan, you and I were talking at the period break. It's great to see Oregon finish out a period like that, especially against some of the better opponents they played last season. Middleton, Madison West, Edgewood. They struggled to sort of close it out. They would get a goal lead, but they couldn't put more pressure on. And then those teams would come back and eventually go on to win. Here, they got the first goal. MG did immediately after have a good push, but then Oregon came right back, fired in 2 quick goals with less than a minute to go. They're up 3-0 coming into the second period. That's night and day from being up 1-0.
It really is. And the most important shift for any team in any game is the shift immediately following a goal on each side. If you had one scored on you, you want to answer back quick. You want to come right out. You want to generate some chances. And if you're the team that scored the goal, you want to build on it. And what we saw was Monona Grove came right out and really put on a lot of pressure, but Oregon was right there to answer it. So each shift worked perfectly. The best part that we saw there, too, was, again, they put their foot to the gas and they just didn't stop. And they did it in a way that kept both teams out of the box.
One thing we're seeing from Oregon, too, that we've commented on the lack of this season is shots from the point that are generating rebounds. Gage Shilgen, Carson Timberlake, Hayden Bell on the opposite side. They're putting the puck in from distance, and that is creating a lot of opportunities in front. They haven't scored off of one of those just yet, but boy, they've gotten some good chances.
They really have, and you hear me talk about it all the time. You need to get a body in front of the net. In so many games, we've seen power plays where the puck's moving around the outside, they take a shot, but the goaltender is able to see it and track it all the way in. Tristan Hughes did a great job there when he was getting in front of the goaltender. He had his skates right in front of the crease, blocking the goaltender's eye line, and that makes for rebounds and sometimes just straight-in shots simply because the goaltender can't find it. So Oregon needs to do more of that, and what Monona Grove needs to do is they need to put more pressure on and not be a one-and-done. They had those couple shots, but then Oregon got it right out. They need to generate some momentum, some traction, and get more shots.
All right, we'll see who can do what in the 17-minute second period. Off the face-off, the Panthers win it. Great play from his Duff, from Tyson Rohrer to get that one back to Ryan Mitchick. Mitchick moves it forward to the aforementioned Tristan Hughes, and we are underway. Hughes tries to get through 2 men, can't do it, and it's swallowed up by Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis, though, loses it to Ryan Mitchick, and Mitchick stops up behind the Panther net. Panthers trying to move this one forward, briefly checked off it, but a great job moving around by Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer's got Hughes out forward. Great pass to Hughes. Hughes one-on-one. Moves past his man, cuts to the net. Backhand, forehand shot, and a score. What a cherry-pick pass to Tristan Hughes on the blue line. A great forehand, backhand maneuver. Goes 5-hole and gets the goal.
Yeah, we call that a can opener, where the goaltender's down's got that stick down and they're covering everything, but if you can get them to shift, they open those legs up and you can scoot that puck right in. Wasn't a hard shot, but definitely a planned shot. Nice can opener move. Pretty goal from Tristan.
Tristan Hughes makes it 4-0, only 30 seconds into this second period. Off the draw, it's not won by anyone cleanly. MG able to pick it up off the wall, but now it remains there and taken away by the Panthers. Zymek sends it back to Carson Timberlake. Timberlake to his D partner, Hayden Bell, and Bell will look to clear it out. Another long pass, this time to Strassman. The hand is up, and this might go for icing. It does, and there is the whistle.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that icing because it looked like Monona Grove could have put a little bit more effort into trying to play it, and I think that's what the one linesman was saying down here. But again, ref at the other end goes ahead and blows it, and this will give Monona Grove a chance to contain the puck in the offensive end.
Yeah, MG definitely looking to step up their efforts here. They trail by 4 now with 16-12 to play in the second period. Andy Zymek in the face-off dot. He does win that one back to Drew Reynolds. Reynolds tries to play it forward. It's stripped by MG, but comes right back to Reynolds. Hand is up, and I believe we're going to get, might be cross-checking here. Let's look for the signal from the official. This is going to go against Oregon.
Number 19, I think it's Rush.
Yep, it's Matthew Rush. I saw him deliver a hit. I didn't see exactly what the infraction was. Rush heads over to the box. We'll look for the signal from the referee. Cross-checking is the call. So he delivers the hit from behind, cross-check. 2 minutes for the Panthers. And, it's contact. It's a penalty. They make the call. Not the worst of foul I've seen, and I don't think anything to be offended by necessarily.
No, I don't think you can go into a game thinking you're not going to get a penalty, and if you're going to take one, that wasn't a bad one to take.
All right, so off the draw, the MG Silver Eagles are on the man advantage, and they control this one in the Panthers zone. Nice stick handling there, and they move it up to the point for Zap. Zap from the point tries to take a shot. It's got nothing there, sends it down to Vinge. Vinge to the center point. Good hold by MG. They nearly lose control, but they maintain possession, and now it's Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis into the center. Zap trying to get after it. Can't get there. Instead, hustling after are the Panthers. They managed to clear it out and fire this one out. Great job by the Panther penalty killers. That was Laszlo Arose that did the job there.
Yeah, they did a good job of keeping them to the outside. Nothing really down the middle for long, and that's what you need to do on a penalty kill.
Pick off by Tyson Rohrer. He's one-on-one, moves to the center, cuts back in, loses control of the puck, but he still maintains, and the Panthers have a shorthanded attempt. Rohrer pushed up against the wall. Good pressure coming from the Panthers. Still great move around, though, by Gareth Ennis, and Gareth Ennis will enters the zone for the Silver Eagles. Zach Roscoe goes down, but now they find Rohrer again. Rohrer's 1-on-2. He's moving in, going to slow this one down and settle it. Tyson Rohrer doing some good aggressive forechecking play on the penalty kill.
Yeah, again, you're trying to take away as much time on that power play as possible, and you just keep pressuring, take away time and space.
Look how deep Rohrer and Roscoe are here. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Silver Eagles in their own zone. Big forecheck from the Panthers. Now they'll retreat as it's broken out by Jack Lemire. Lemire actually enters off sides. Let that puck get a little bit behind him. And the Panthers doing great work here. 43 seconds left on the penalty, and they have effectively killed this first half of it.
Yeah, and Tanner Smith, number 20 for Monona Grove, was way off sides. He was along that. He was going for that long change, and I think just got a little bit, wasn't sure where the puck was, and that kind of hurt them on a good speed move through the neutral zone.
It will be Lemire in the faceoff dot. He'll take on Tyler Damon for the Panthers. Damon wins it back, but MG able to knock it in. Poked quickly out, though, by Carson Timberlake. Coming back in, and we get another offside call. That's one of those where just everyone's crossing at the blue line. You take the puck and take your chances, basically.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. But again, Monona Grove needs to control the puck, maybe dump it in and try and chase after it.
Damon against Lemire once again, just outside of the Panther zone. Damon swats it into the MG zone, and in fact, it's going to come just off of net. And Damon's getting after this one. Damon pokes it to the near side. Getting in there is Tristan Hughes. Hughes trying to move around one man. It's taken off his tape, though, by Ryan Berger, and Berger will carry it, cut through his own center, and drop this one off. Now carried by Riley Seifert. Seifert leads forward for Lemire, and Lemire's on the near side. Drops back for Seifert at the point, taken away by Hughes, and now Hughes has got a 2-on-1 developing with Damon. Tristan Hughes to Damon. Damon far side. Body block by Ethan Johnson, but still controlled by Damon. Damon rims that one along the dasher, and it's held by Tristan Hughes. Hughes working along the near side, tries to get it up to Hayden Bell. Instead, it's stripped away by Berger, and Berger will come up with Lemire. Berger still working, both teams full strength as the penalty expires, and the Panthers have killed it off. 13:56 to play in the second period. 4-0 the Panther lead. Berger is knocked down, and now Zymek moves this one forward for Hughes. Tristan Hughes still on the ice, takes a bit of a hit, sticks with that puck, coming into Zymek. Zymek takes it, feed into center. Damon shot, save, and a rebound. Gathered up. Great play from the Panthers there. A huge opportunity to Tyler Damon in the slot.
Yeah, and that was just good reaction from Gilbertson. Got right in the middle and was able to eat that one up, just not control the rebound.
Matt Rush tries to get it forward to Zymek. Instead, it's taken nicely by Gareth Ennis, and he enters the zone. Moves across into center, controlled, shot, gloved, and into the net off the bottom of the glove. The shot from Tanner Smith at the hash marks beats Hunter Newton for the first goal for MG.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, too. When you're in net, you want that glove to be a little bit further out in front of you. There, Hunter had to adjust with it back and just got it off the bottom, and it goes in. Good read by Monona Grove, and now they've cut the lead to 3.
Great shot there by number 20, Tanner Smith, junior freshman. That's his 4th goal of the season. He's got 5 assists as well, so 9 points on the season for the junior man from MG. Face-off after the goal. It's controlled briefly by the Panthers. Now comes back to Matt Rush on the near side. He gets it forward to Jake Fountain. Comes back to Rush and Zymek. They send it into the zone, but taken quickly away and dumped back in by Prybush. Nope, Prybush behind the line. They are calling that icing tight tonight.
Yeah, but honestly, that was the right call because they were maybe a good 12 inches on that side of the red line. So I think they're doing a good job of letting both sides know that they're going to call everything tight, and that's keeping a good wrap on this game.
13:07 to play. 4-1 is the Panther advantage. Face-off in the MG zone after the icing call. MG wins it, and it'll be taken by Garrett Vinge. Vinge loses control of the puck as it's on the near side. Tanner Smith is credited with that goal. Now here's Rush. Rush, a deflection attempt off Zymek, no good, and it misses on the near side. Drew Fountain putting that one down low, but now a great control by Zapp, and here comes Brett Zapp. Great back check from the Panthers, taken away by Jake Fountain, and Fountain heads behind his net, send it forward for Rush. Coming to Zymek as well. Zymek can't get it past Vinge, but Rush does, but then turned around and slapped back in by Lemire. Drew Reynolds on the opposite side, picking up for the Panthers. 12:36 to play in the second period. Comes into center ice where it's taken by Fountain, moves it ahead to Zymek. Zymek loses control though, and Garrett Vinge will have it for the Silver Eagles in his own defensive zone. Looks for an outlet pass, can't find it, and Drew Reynolds will have it in the Panther zone. Reynolds pass for Rush too long. It'll come back to the Silver Eagles in their zone as we sort of trade back and forth here. But now a bit of a pickoff. It's taken away by the Panthers. McCormick gets it down to LaChance. LaChance tries to swing it into center. He whiffs over the top. And now this one trapped on the near side board. Controlled defensively by MG. Look to get it through center. Can't do it, but it does come out briefly. LaChance will have it. A couple of players skating after him, but he'll send this one forward. Move it up to number 12, Gage Shilgen. Shilgen to McCormick. McCormick sends that one in and riffles off the wall. Bryce McLeod checking in, trying to get in on this one as well. Gage Shilgen there too, tries to carry it away. He does with the backhand, send up to the point for LaChance. LaChance's shot well offside to the left and hits the back of the cage. Pat McCormick there for the Panthers, tries to get it up to the point. That puck stripped away by Smith. Smith now for the Silver Eagles, tries to move past Mitchick. He does get past him to the faceoff dot, send through center, nobody there. It goes right across the crease. Now Smith still fighting to come up with this one. Berger sends it to the point for Johnson. Johnson into the slot, shot, misses well left to the cage and picked up by Mitchick. That shot coming off the stick of Brady Gareth-Ennis. Now send this one up for LaChance, too long. Gareth-Ennis holds and sends back down. Getting after it is Tanner Smith. Smith moves it up to Berger. Back to Smith now. He'll look to distribute into the center. Mitchick gets down and prevents that and takes the puck away. Mitchick's got McCormick up front. Tries to move it to him. He does successfully. Great job by McCormick. His cross-ice pass just a bit long for McLeod. The hand is up, and that will go for icing. Boy, he had Bryce McLeod there. It was just out of his reach.
It was, and this is a good line for Monona Grove. They have been giving Oregon everything they can handle there. They're generating a lot of zone time and even getting some shots in there. Couple times they just didn't get the look they were looking for, but that is a powerful and dangerous line for Monona Grove.
10:56 to play in the second period. The Panthers have a 4-1 advantage over the visiting MG Silver Eagles. Off the faceoff, puck stays on the dot. Now it's taken shot and a great pad save. Ryan Berger firing that one in there, but a great pad save from Hunter Newton. Carson Timberlake looking to carry this one. He flips it off the wall and he'll pursue, but it's taken defensively by MG. MG high off the glass and into center ice. Right there is Hayden Bell. Delivers a shot as he tries to get it up to Tristan Hughes. Hughes looking to play it one-handed. Now it's knocked in by Tyson Rohrer, who follows after. Garrett Vinge will have it. Dumps it forward, but there's Tristan Hughes. Hughes has it behind the net. Gets taken off his stick. Stepping up is Hayden Bell, and Bell will have it in the corner. Moves it down for Rohrer. Rohrer trying to navigate around the referee here. As is Hayden Bell. Now it comes to Hughes. Hughes looks to backhand it to the point man. Oh, can't quite be held by Zach Roscos, but Roscos will move it across to Timberlake. Timberlake, a great off-the-wall pass to Hayden Bell, and Bell dumps this one right back in. Getting after it is Tyson Rohrer. 10:05 to play in the second period. Looking to clear this one out is Lemire. He can't do it. Held by the skate of Carson Timberlake, and now Tyson Rohrer carrying it. Oh boy, high off the glass, nearly out of play. Timberlake coming after it, Lemire coming after him, but Timberlake able to send it to Hayden Bell. Bell facing pressure as well, but lead pass to Tristan Hughes, tries to one-touch it, but it bounces a little funny, and MG enters the zone onside. They've got Lemire in center, pass across, bounces high and all the way to the wall. Lemire puts it behind the net for Hayden Bell. Bell trying to carry. Now Hughes looking to carry. Hughes has got a lot of space and a lot of teammates. Hughes 3-on-2 as he enters the zone. Zach Roscos behind. It's taken off his tape, and Garrett Vinge takes it away. Oh boy, and sliding hard into the net is one of the MG players. I think we're going to get Tristan Hughes for a cross check here. Let's see what the signal is. Hughes skates right over to the bench. I don't yet have a signal from the official, but Dan, you saw what had happened there.
Yeah, he was coming in, and Hughes tried to separate the body from the puck, and I think it got a little bit too high, but it looks like they're calling it an interference.
Interference is the signal, so 2 minutes for interference against Tristan Hughes. The second power play of the game. It does go against Oregon, so another man advantage for MG. They've been solid on this. We talked about it at the top of the game. 3 of 8 on power play opportunities, 3 of 9 now after that first one in this game. We'll look to see what they can do with this one here. 9:21 to play in the second period, and they will have 2 minutes on the power play. Face-off comes. Panthers try to win it back. They do get it to Hayden Bell. Bell's pass doesn't get out of the zone, though, and that one's held by Dawson Dutcher. Dutcher to center point, transitions all the way to the far side. and flings it down behind the net. Trying to dig that one out of the Panthers. They send through center. Skate is locked up, and a great grab. Boy, how about Carson Timberlake just keeping that stick from swinging at it? It was Tanner Smith desperately trying to get the shot on.
Yeah, had he been able to swing when he wanted to, that puck would have been in the net. That was a perfect pass from behind the net across the grain. Timberlake did a great job of tying that up.
Killer work on the passing game from MG. They still have a minute 43 on the power play. Faceoff is won by the Panthers. Timberlake will have it, sends it high. No, it hits the glass funny and stops right there. And instead, it's Smith who's got it right behind the net. Looks to distribute. On the ground is Hunter Newton. He fires the shot in. Newton blocks it up. Hayden Bell now rims hard to the near side, but it is stopped up once again, this time by Gareth Ennis, who sends it down for Smith again. Smith able to take it. He's got Zapp in the center now. Puck is poked off his stick by Hayden Bell. Now it comes out to Tyler Damon. Damon, boy, misses high, and I think he hit the stairway over there is what it sounded like. Misses well high over the glass.
Yeah.
And that'll come. They may want to have that face-off in the Panthers zone, actually. I believe they will.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's going to stay in there, and that almost took off the head of the coach from Monona Grove. That was close.
Yeah, you could tell what he's trying to do, trying to keep it high on the glass and out of reach of the defenders. Unfortunately, he goes a bit too high and sends it out of play. Referee there talking with, I believe, head coach Dave Kinsler of the Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
Yeah, they want a new puck, a frozen one.
Yep. Keep a nice cool puck here. We get it in from the off-ice officials, and we'll be ready to go. It'll be Zach Roscos taking on Jack Lemire, in the far side of the Panthers zone. Minute 15 left on the power play, 8:42 to go in the game. This one carried by Mitchell and carried away. Mitchell sends it all the way down. Panthers with a good job to clear the ice on that one. MG controls in their zone, move around one man, getting stick checked, poked off by Roscoe, sends back to Mitchell defensively again, who sends it right back in. Panthers forechecking pressure, really doing the job for them on these penalty kills. Tyson Rohr, the one applying pressure once again, as he was on the previous penalty. Zach Roscos there with him too. Roscos intercepts the pass right at the blue line, tries to dangle around one man, instead sends it back to his D partner. Great work there. Back to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan steps up and sends it all the way down once again, and the Panthers have only 38 seconds to go, thanks to some great forecheck play.
Yeah, and that was a smart heads-up move. Pass it around a couple times and then bury it so you tire out the legs of Monona Grove.
Now we've got a possible 3-on-2 for Monona Grove as they enter the zone here. This one carried by Ethan Johnson around to the backside of the net, all the way around. And I believe the net came off. Yep, that's what the whistle is. Net popped off the pegs, so 21 seconds to play. We'll get a face-off in front of the Panthers goal. 7:49 to go in this second period.
Yeah, it's a weird position for you as a goaltender when you're trying to hug that post and you're pushing your skate off it. It's going to dislodge every once in a while. Some people think goaltenders do that on purpose, but they're really not. They're just looking for that extra leverage for more power across the crease.
Yeah, and the referees know they're empowered to call a penalty if you do it on purpose. So no harm, no foul, but now this one held. They've got a chance from the high slot. Miss on the left side of the net. Try a second time. Swatted out of the crease. I can't believe it. It was sitting in the crease inches from the goal line, and the Panthers defense swats it clear. 6 seconds to go on this power play. All Timberlake has to do is clear it out. He does. Tristan Hughes back on the ice. He gets right into it with his man as MG comes on. I cannot believe that didn't go in.
Yeah, I got to be honest, it looked into me, but the ref had a better line. But the more important thing there is Hunter lost his stick, and now he finally got it back.
Now he gets it back. That one comes in. Lots of engagement in front of the net, but that shot well high over the net. Damon tries to clear one out. It banks funny off the boards and stays in the zone. Hayden Bell goes head first into the glass as he tries to get this one. Now it is taken by Colton Ayers. Ayers a good lead pass to Tristan Hughes, and Hughes has Damon and Timberlake across. Hughes comes in, top of the circle, fires one through the legs, can't get it past, but continues to stay with the puck. Hughes skating around to the top of the opposite circle now, to the center point, feeds down low for Damon. Damon fires across to Hayden Bell, hard to Hayden Bell at the top of the circle. They're set up great on offense here. Back to Hayden Bell at the point. Bell fires one in through the legs, pad save, and it comes to the far corner. Damon takes a shot up against the wall. He and Ayers there trying to dig it out. Now MG will look to clear. This is a bit of a panic clear. If it doesn't come on net, it's an icing, but it does come on net, just barely. And Timberlake goes for the long lead pass to Hughes. Hughes got a stick on it. Damon tried to get that one in. They're in. And here comes Hughes to Damon. Damon shot and a score! Hughes and Tyler Damon, they combine. Damon buries it top shelf, and it's 5-1 Oregon.
Yeah, and that's a painful goal there. That's one that I'm sure Monona Grove would like to have back. But it was such a well set up play. Tristan moved that puck beautifully over to Damon. who was able to lift it right above him. And you go back to the end of that power play where it was so close to going over the line, and that's the difference between a 4-2 game and a 5-1 game.
Absolutely, another great play from these Panthers. Tristan Hughes and Tyler Damon combined to get the score. Not much Andrew Gilbertson could do to fight off that kind of an attack. So with 6:12 to go, the Panthers enjoy a 5-1 lead here in the second period. MG has the puck in their defensive zone. Garrett Finch tries to move it back. It's broken up briefly, but now MG able to clear this one out. That pass goes a bit long. Drew Reynolds is going to pick it up. No, it's chopped in. All alone is Churches. Churches shot, save, and a glove. Oh my goodness, Brandon Churches, way to stick with it. He skates in all alone. That was saved by the shoulder of Hunter Newton, then gloves it out of midair.
Yeah, he really wished he could have gotten that puck right into the middle there. He really didn't have a good angle there, wanted to get the shot, but he was really looking to get right into the slot, but still great effort to keep that puck alive.
MG creates a solid chance there, but Hunter Newton fights it off. His goaltending has been very, very good tonight. This one taken by Mitchik with 5:48 to play in the second period. Lead pass to Roskos, now up to Tyson Rohrer. 3-on-2 chance. They feed this one across. Back to Roskos. Can't quite settle it down, and it goes to the far wall. Send down into the corner. Rohrer trying to get after that one. He loses control, but here's Laszlo Arose. Arose behind the net trying to get in it. He's pushed off the puck, but there's Tyson Rohrer as well. Arose goes down, and now MG takes it away. I think we might get tripping here against MG. Holding is actually going to be the call, and I believe this is against MG, as it was Laszlo Arose that was fouled. Indeed, skating over is Dawson Dutcher, junior defenseman number 15 for MG. So the Panthers' first power play here as Dutcher hits the box for holding.
Yeah, and again, now we finally get to see what Oregon's power play is going to look like, because in the last game they didn't even get a power play, and they're looking real solid right now, so this is something that Monona Grove has to be really careful with.
Panthers up 5-1 with 5:28 to play. They've got 2 minutes on the man advantage after the holding call against the Silver Eagles. Linesman sends out one man. We'll bring Tanner Smith in. This one won briefly by the Panthers, and it's taken again by Ayers. Ayers, great fight on this one. Tries to turn it around, loses track again, but keeps battling for it as that puck is stuck on the wall. Panthers come away with it, get it up to Shiljan at the point. Shiljan tries to chip it back, and the Panthers manage to hold. Shiljan has it at the far side point. Panthers look to set up. Damon back to Shiljan, working to the high slot. Shiljan to the face-off dot. Curls around and gives it to Damon. Damon looks to chop one forward. Good play with the hand, and MG has a man behind. They feed it up to Tanner Smith. Smith can't get to it before Damon does. A great back check from Tyler Damon. Damon hard off the wall to Ryan Mitchik. Mitchik's got Colton Ayers with him along with Laszlo Arose. Feeds to Ayers. Ayers swings over the top on his one-time attempt, but he does manage to corral the puck. Gets it back to Damon on the near point. Damon down to gauge Shiljan. Shiljan feeds across into center. Ayers a shot, deflects off a number of players and comes to the near corner. Now send this one out for Zapp. Zapp behind the net, trying to carry for the Silver Eagles. Can't dig it off. The Panthers take it away. Rush takes a shot, but gets it up to Mitchik. Mitchik swings over the top and now sends to the center point. Tyler Damon right there. Damon's shot is deflected away by Brady Garethenis. Laszlo trying to take it away. Laszlo, great turn on the puck and holds it at the near corner. Tries to send it up for Damon to the point. Poked down to Laszlo once again. Now sent out by Gareth Ennis. No turn back around, but Zapp able to finish the clear. And Shiljan will have it at center ice. Feed in for Damon. Damon around one man. Damon behind everyone. Around another man. Can't quite get on it. He had to leap to get over his man. This puck coming dangerously back, but we'll get it to Tristan Hughes. 29 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers. Here comes Hughes. Hughes feed across. Trying to get it to Carson Timberlake. Timberlake able to turn around and grab it. Now heads to the center point. Timberlake sets up, feeds it for Hughes. Hughes at the center point now. Sends down to Zach Roskos. Roskos at the outer hash marks up to Hughes. Hughes looks to wind up here. Fires in a wrister. Just missed. Oh, man. Just missed on the left side of the cage. We got a hand up. We're going to get another penalty against MG. Pleading his case is Garrett Vinge, but Vinge apparently is going to be sent to the box here. I did not see what the infraction was. But Vinge going to the box for another 2 minutes.
I think it's going to be a cross check, or a trip.
So Garrett Vinge called for tripping. 8 seconds, it'll be 5-on-3 for the Panthers, and then a minute 52 of 5-on-4 as Garrett Vinge gets called for tripping. Boy, Tristan Hughes missed by just a bit on a huge wrist shot.
Yeah, and honestly, Tristan was waiting until he got the right screen he wanted and took that shot. That was a smart heads-up play.
The Panthers have 8 seconds of 5-on-3 here. Then a minute 52 of 5-on-4. They win the draw, send to the point for Carson Timberlake. Timberlake feeds down to Roskos. Right in the center is Hayden Bell. Roskos gets it. Now it's 5-on-4 as re-entering the ice is Dawson Dutcher. Roscoe still controlling, feeds down to Hayden Bell. Bell in the corner, now stepping up. Oh, boy, and they got to get after that one. Turning around was Tyson Rohrer, and he looked a little displeased, but he didn't take a stride.
Yeah, no, Rohrer looked a little bit too, he lost it and got upset about it, and you can't do that. You got to get right back out there and work for it.
Broken stick for MG. They'll trade that player out and move this one forward to Roscoe's. Here comes Roscoe's flying in for the Panthers. He stops up at the point to get his team set up. Good pass across to Tristan Hughes at the opposite point. Hughes working towards center, feed to Roscoe's at the faceoff dot. Roscoe stepping up, now feed across, wide open. Timberlake just misses, and the net is off. Boy, Timberlake on a great pass from Roscoe's just misses right of the cage.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be dreaming about that one later. He had nothing but open net and just hesitated a hair long and then shot it wide.
This is the passing we love to see from the Panthers. When they're on like this, they are so hard to beat. You get a cross-ice pass like that, it's awfully tough for a goalie defending a power play situation to take that away.
Like I said at the beginning, move it up and down, back and forth. You will generate scoring opportunities.
Minute 13 on the power play. 2:47 left to go in the second period. Panthers up 5-1 here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Gage Shilgen moves it over to Damon. Damon works his way to the center point, looks to wind up, fires a shot. Knocked in, number 3. Ryan Mitchik finishes it off. Damon's shot is saved. Mitchik able to turn around on it and bury it, and Ryan Mitchik gets his first goal of the season. Congratulations to the senior man, Ryan Mitchik, and the Panthers are up 6-1.
And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the 4th point of the night for Tyler Damon, which is going to put him pretty much on top of the team for scoring. And that's one Gilbertson's going to want back. That was in his glove. He wasn't able to secure it. It falls out, and Mitchik's right there to drop it in.
Tripping penalty against Garrett Vinge expires on the goal. It's 6-1 now, both teams full strength. And we have 2:35 to play in the second period here. The Panthers in a commanding position. Controlling that one is Ethan Johnson. Johnson enters right into center, looks to feed across to Tanner and can't get it there. Smith now loses control of this one, and it's controlled instead by Jake Fountain. Fountain's lead pass for Zymek is too strong. But now putting pressure on is Matt Strassman. Instead, it's Zymek at the top of the circle, setting up for the Panthers. Moves around one man. Feed to Strassman, center, no good. Wine shot from Fountain, deflects off a couple of bodies and into the safety net. We haven't seen Jake Fountain do a lot of shooting there. He winds up and really crushes one.
Yeah, and that puck was on edge, so that was going to be a knuckler, and it was a good reaction by Gilbertson, but we don't see him take those kind of shots, and he really leaned into it.
The classic knuckle puck coming up from Jake Fountain. Unfortunately, it finds its way to the safety net, so we've got an out-of-play faceoff. 2:08 to go in the second period. Faceoff won by MG, but Sawyer LaChance fights through and gets that one to Bryce McLeod. It's back to LaChance, now taken away by Michael Zandy. Zandy carrying through center, moves that one across to Churches. Churches had a great shot before. He fires a light one in, and this one's covered up by Hunter Newton.
Yeah, Monona Grove has got to find their groove here. They've got to find a way to get an ugly goal, get something behind Hunter, find a way to generate some momentum, because right now they're struggling on each side of the ice.
Sawyer LaChance versus Michael Zandy in the faceoff dot comes all the way to the blue line where it's held by Garrett Vinge. Vinge will send down to Zandy behind the net, tries to turn it around. Matt Rush is there and moves it forward for McCormick. Pat McCormick has this one, lead pass to LaChance. LaChance has McLeod on the opposite side, cuts in through center, does just lose track of the puck, and instead Zandy will send this one out. Gathered by Carson Timberlake defensively for the Panthers. His pass through center is broken up, but it does make it briefly to center ice. Now they'll move it across to Matt Rush on the near side. Rush lead pass for Sawyer LaChance. LaChance enters the zone right wing side. Move across to Bryce McLeod. McLeod backhand shot from LaChance and a score! Oh, what a pass from Bryce McLeod. LaChance puts it in. It's 7-1.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays, too, where it looks harmless enough. It's just a puck going into the corner, not a really good scoring lane. Nice, quick backhand pass to an open stick and is able to bury it.
So much scoring for the Panthers in this period. 4 goals. They lead 7-1. Minute 17 still to play here. They are doing some damage against the visiting Silver Eagles. Andy Zymek in the faceoff dot against Riley Seifert. Puck drops. It pokes back towards Zymek. Now Seifert getting after it. Try to dump it in. He does, but it'll be the Panthers that take it defensively. Timberlake behind his net, moves that one forward. Great one touch to Zymek. Zymek clobbered off the puck. A nice hit from Ethan Johnson, but the Panthers still reaching forward at center ice. Now taken by the Silver Eagles, blocked up by Fountain. Off the wall, taken by Hayden Bell. Bell able to chop this one in briefly. It does come to Zymek, now knocked back into neutral ice. Zymek has it at the blue line, moves around one man, moves around a second, nearly got it going, but Berger takes it away. Stuck on the wall still. Now Fountain sends it down into the corner, and getting after it is Matt Strassman. Strassman pushes his man up off the puck, takes it away, feed into center, tries the backhand chance, no good. Goalie pushed down, and I think we're going to get Zymek for goalie interference here. Oh, and we get a late little bit there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think Zymek. No, we got Strassman coming over to the box. I have to admit, this is a little confused now. There was a lot of sort of after-action business. Strassman to the box, and also coming is Ethan Johnson. Cross-checking against Strassman.
Embellishment against Strassman.
Oh, embellishment Strassman. So cross-checking went against Johnson.
Yeah, I got to admit, I'm somewhat lost and confused here because Gilbertson got jammed into the net.
And I thought that's what they were going to get Zymek for goaltender interference, but he's still on the ice. So we'll listen for the PA announcer's call, try and get you exactly as it is now, though we have offsetting minors, so both teams are at full strength. 22 seconds to play in the second period, 7-1 the Panthers lead. MG has it behind their own net, now looking to scream this one out. Oh, and that's going to be a hooking call against Tristan Hughes, and yep, Hughes is going to go to the box 2 minutes for hooking against Tanner Smith.
Yeah, and that was a clear-cut call, and
Yep.
what has to happen right now is each side just needs to take a breath and stay out of the box because you don't want a 7-1 game getting out of hand quick.
Exactly, yep, and Hughes reached that stick up. You and I could see it from here clear as day. So it will now be 5-on-4, power play advantage for MG. 12 seconds only to go in this second period. That will carry over into the third. We still haven't heard from the PA exactly what the story was with the previous penalties. We'll let you know as soon as we can. Off the faceoff, it's working toward the slot. Now it comes out. That should just about kill this period. 5 seconds left on the clock, and skating back lightly is Dawson Dutcher. He'll just be able to hold it, and that will be the horn. So Tristan Hughes, 2 minute for hooking, an obvious call. But what we saw on the other side just before that, I'm really not sure. It looked like Zymek got into Gilbertson. I didn't think he hit him, but it looked like enough contact for me to call it goalie interference. But that was not the call. Instead, Matt Strassman and Ethan Johnson end up in the box for offsetting minors. I saw him signal cross-check at least once. I'm wondering if he got Strassman for embellishment on the cross-check.
Well, but see, the reason that doesn't make sense is the arm went up well before Strassman went anywhere near the ice. That was a good 10-15 second gap. So I'm with you. I thought the initial call was goaltender interference, and then I thought the next call would have been either a roughing or a cross-check and then embellishment, but that should have put Oregon on the power play because only one set of the penalties would have matched up, so not 100% sure. And as far as on Tristan's penalty, the thing is you got to make sure that stick doesn't get into the hands.
Yep.
That's what you got to watch out for. If you're keeping it to the outside, just kind of irritating, that's one thing, but that stick was right in the hands, and that's going to get the ref's attention every time.
Absolutely. It's a penalty we've seen happen to a lot of people. As soon as that stick gets up towards the waist, it's bound to catch on something. Even if you're not trying to hook, it's going to hook.
Yep.
Somebody got to keep it low. Still, despite all of that, and we'll figure it out for you folks, we'll have it for you when we come back at the third period here. 7-1 Panthers. 4 gorgeous goals. Cross-ice passes, rebound collection, just a lot of great shooting, great offensive play from these Panthers.
Yeah, really the only one that Gilbertson's really going to be shaking his head about is the one that was in his glove and came out. That's the one that he's going to beat himself up over, but the rest of them, he didn't stand chance on a lot of them. They were just great plays down deep, good puck movement, and a lot of bodies in front of Gilbertson. A lot of bodies.
Absolutely. When we come out, MG will be on the power play. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Panthers are cruising, but there's 17 minutes left to play. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff, Dan Graychuk here at the Oregon Ice Arena. The Panthers have a 7-1 lead after a great second period. We did start to see a few penalties come out in that period, though. No penalties on either team in the first period. Second period, 3 against Monona Grove, 4 against the Panthers. We did figure out that sort of scrum in front of the net. It was a cross-check against Ethan Johnson of the Silver Eagles and embellishment against Matt Strassman of the Panthers. A weird sequence of events, so I don't think we even need to bother with it. However, a few seconds after that, Tristan Hughes was called for a hook. So coming into this third period, we will have a minute 49 of a power play for MG. How does that color the start of this, even though the Panthers have a 6-goal lead?
Well, again, no lead is really safe in a hockey game because so many things can happen. We saw how quick Oregon was to score 4 goals in that period. And anything's possible. So you never want to give a team the ability to get back into a game. That being said, none of the penalties really bother me. Usually I'm one of the first people to say, don't take penalties, stay out of the box. But nothing has seemed cheap, dirty, or anything else. It's kind of just some of the normal penalties that are going to be called. Oregon just needs to make sure that they are not spending a majority of time in the box so they can continue to either get the puck into Monona Grove's end, generate scoring chances, and also take away time from Monona Grove to try and go out and even this thing up.
And then in terms of Monona Grove, let's talk about them defensively a little bit. I know they're going to focus more on the offense because they're down by such a margin, but they've been giving up some great plays to Oregon. These have not been weird, fluky goals for the most part. These have been great passes, great setups, great entry into the zone. And so with that in mind, what does MG have to do to break up some of that offensive push that Oregon's been getting?
They just have to do a better job of clearing out the front of the net in front of Gilbertson. They need to do a better job at moving the puck quick. They don't need to go for really long passes. They just need to do a better job of breaking up the space that Oregon has been able to develop.
Alrighty, and folks, just so you know, we talked about the offsetting penalties. Matt Strassman and Ethan Johnson will start in the box. They are serving 2-minute penalties, but they were offsetting, so there's no skater disadvantage. Once that 2 minutes is up, they will be able to head back to the bench at the first stoppage. Tristan Hughes will be in the box for a minute 49. He will come back to the ice as soon as that penalty expires because he is the man short for Oregon. First drop of the puck here, third period. Your MG, what do you want to do?
You want to try and get possession and get a quick shot down on Hunter. You want to try and generate some traffic in front of him to look for a rebound. You need to make every shift count here because if you need to score 6 goals against this team in 17 minutes, you're going to have to make every moment count.
They absolutely are. The Panthers have looked great. Unofficially right now, I have Ryan Mitchell with a goal, Tyler Damon with 2 goals. Carson Timberlake has 1, Tyson Rohrer has 1, Tristan Hughes has 1, Sawyer LaChance has 1. I have a smattering of assists, but I know those aren't always accurate because of the second assist, so I'll let that go until the final score is released after this game. But for right now, we've got 17 minutes left to play. Panthers on top 7-1, but they are a man short here for a minute 49 as we get ready to start the third and final period. Draw is won by the Panthers, though, and Timberlake is able to clear it down. That's how things will get started. That puck actually works its way all the way to the near boards where Roscos is able to pick it up. He sends it back out to Timberlake in center ice. Timberlake lifts another one into the MG zone. Good gobble up by Roscos stips it away. Tries to send it to Bell, and Bell can't stop it, but Timberlake's going to get it. He'll send this one to the near side. Still carrying, trying to move it along the wall. He gets it forward to Rohrer, now taken away by Zapp. Zapp into center. Shot from Smith, and a blocker save from Hunter Newton. But set up is MG. MG moves this one down low. Another shot from Finch, nearly in, and it is in. That one banged off the inner part of the netting. It was hard to tell because it immediately came out, but Garrett Vinge on the near side spot, along with number 15, Dawson Dutcher, they get the goal. The penalty expires against Tristan Hughes, and there you go. Less than a minute, only 37 seconds off the clock, and it's 7-2.
And that's what you wanted to do. That was a nice setup. You saw good puck movement. They were moving it from side to side. They were getting really good looks there, and was able to get it, and that's one Hunter's going to want back.
Yeah, that one just tight on the post. They managed to sort of sneak it between the goal and the post, get it in there. And now off the draw, MG does win this one. 16:20 to play in the third period, and the game is not over yet. Garrett Vinge controls, moves it forward, stopped at the point, sent back in. Good job to break it up by Brett Zapp. Zapp behind his own net, stick handling, now sends to the far side. Vinge tries to take it, gets caught up on the referee, and it's stripped away by Arose. Arose through to center where it's taken away by Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis has it taken away. Nice hold by Colton Ayers at the center point. Over to Damon, top of the circle, takes a shot. Thought Ayers was coming, but instead it's carried by Gareth Ennis and up to Tanner Smith. Back to Gareth Ennis on the near side. Feed to Smith. Smith at the hash mark. Save. Rebound attempt, but Hayden Bell clears it out. 15:47 to play. Tyler Damon has it. Dawson Dutcher, we're hearing, is credited with that goal. So number 15 gets the goal, his first goal of the season. Congratulations to him. And he brought his team within 5, 7-2. Panthers now carrying this puck. It's Laszlo Arose, the only freshman last season, sophomore this year. Dangle around, feed to Damon. He just can't quite get it, but Siljan will hold at the point. Sends back down to Arose. Arose turns around, loses the edge, loses the puck, and MG trying to carry it away. Nice move by Zapp. Gets that one forward for Lemire. Lemire cross-ice pass a bit strong, and it'll be taken by Mitchik. Mitchik nearly loses control and sends it into center, where it's taken by Roscoes. Zach Roscoes turns around, tries to get past one man, tries to get past another. He gets past them both and still controls the puck. Now feed through center, shot, and a score! Tristan Hughes, an easy feed from Zach Roscoes, and it's 8-2.
And that one's on Monona Grove defense. They needed to get somebody there to tie up that stick of Tristan Hughes. He was right there in front. There's nothing Gilbertson could have done on that one. That one, again, is going to come down to defense.
And unofficially, if I have it right, I believe that's a hat trick of assists for Zach Roscoes now. Sometimes think of him more as a scoring threat, but he's been distributing the puck very nicely tonight. Finds Tristan Hughes for the goal.
I see him more of a face-off threat. I think he's lost 3 face-offs tonight.
He's been playing very well in the dot. Off the face-off, it is the Panthers that do have it. Tyson Rohrer, though, stripped in center ice, and MG trying to get it out. Turning back around is Ethan Johnson. Move that one across and get it back into center ice, where it's quickly grabbed by Ryan Mitchik. Mitchik threw a lead pass to Tristan Hughes. Hughes takes it, skates back, and now cuts back towards center. Hughes able to pick up a ton of speed, and here comes Hughes right into center. Moves around one man, heads behind the net. He's got Tyson Rohrer in front as he heads to the near side. Turn around to the circle, high slot, feed back down low for Rohrer. Rohrer behind the net now, moving around his man Johnson, and heads to the far side. Drop off for Hughes. Hughes lose track of it, and MG has it, send it high off the glass and into center ice. Now controlled by Matt Rush. Rush up to Roscoes. Roscoes battles for it. It comes right up to the scores. They put their hands up, out of play, and we'll get a face-off.
Yeah, right now this is kind of Monona Grove's worst nightmare. They get a goal, they start to see some momentum, and Oregon comes back, and it's a sweet setup that allowed them to get that goal, and that's where Oregon's going to make you pay, because they'll make something innocent turn into a goal.
Off the face-off, it is controlled briefly by MG. Zymek and Strassman trying to get it. Zymek comes up with it, stops up at the point, now feed across center. That's Matt Rush, so we'll hold it on the opposite side. Rush rifles a shot in, misses on the left side of the net. Zymek has it at the near boards. Sends up to Drew Reynolds. Reynolds can't get it. Trying to move around him is Smith, but it's stripped away. Nice work by Reynolds, and Garrett Vinge will have it back in his own zone. Sends that one forward for Prybush. Prybush dumps it into the zone. Rush hustling after with 13:23 to play in the game. The Panthers up by 6, 8-2. Now Strassman moves this one across. Great pass, and he finds Jake Fountain. Fountain dumps and chase, and he gets after it into the corner. Brett Zapp will chase it down and find it behind his own net. Rims it along the far side, but stepping up is Rush. His shot goes well wide into the corner. Trying to get after that one now is Strassman. Strassman and Timberlake at the point. They combine and get it to Fountain. Fountain turns around the other way at the outer hash marks. Feed all the way across. Finds Hayden Bell. Hayden Bell top of the circle, up into the rafters and out of play. Stepping in front was Matt Prybush, blocking that shot.
The one thing that Oregon does so well is when there is such an overpowered presence on the strong side, they're always looking over to that far weak side to see who's coming in, and there was Bell coming right in all alone. He had all day, and Monona Grove had to really adjust to get that stick in the lane to shoot that puck up into the rafters.
Full line change for both teams. 12:28 to play. We're on a running clock now because of the 6-score lead. That shot goes through a lot of people, but ends up falling harmlessly. Hand is up. We're going to get a cross-check penalty here, I believe.
Trip.
Nope, tripping the call. It goes against Ethan Johnson, who was called for the cross-check at the end of the second period. So tripping goes against Ethan Johnson, and we'll have a man advantage for the Panthers coming up.
Gotta be honest, not a fan of that call. I honestly think he just lost his edge and went in. But again, your stick is in a spot that looks like it's going to affect somebody. Chances are they're going to call you, especially when it's an 8-2 game.
Exactly. 12:19 to play. It'll be 2 minutes on the power play for the Panthers. Zach Roscoe stepping in the dot for Oregon, and he will take on Riley Seifert. Puck drops. Seifert wins it back, but Roscoe is going to get it in the corner. Good rim up to Tristan Hughes at the near point. Hughes moves that one over to Timberlake as he heads to the center point. Feed right into center for Rohrer. Rohrer moves over to Roscoe at the dot. They settle that one down. Back into center. Swatted out. No. Stop by Timberlake. Finds Hughes. Hughes at the center point, dangling with it, and he's out of play. He's out of the zone. And the Panthers are going to have to check up. Boy, just lost track of where he was there and comes out of the zone.
Yeah, but he kept a good mind as to where he was, so he didn't go offsides and lose it to a face-off there. So, again, smart heads-up play.
Now Hughes trying to carry this one up the side. Nice move to keep it going, and he's got a couple of players with him. He's got Rohrer and Reynolds in the center. This one works towards center for Timberlake. Great job to grab. Now from the faceoff dot, Roscos a score. Zach Roscos on the blocker side, top shelf, and it's 9-2 as the penalty expires.
Oh, that was a pretty shot for that near corner. And again, that's that one spot that is so hard to protect as your goaltender. And again, not much you could do there. His angle was solid. It was just right in that top of the corner. Beautiful shot by Roscos.
Panthers power play has been strong tonight. They're moving the puck very well off the faceoff now with 11:33 to play. It is controlled by the Silver Eagles. Brett Zapp moves this one forward to Churches. Churches ahead, and they cross-ice pass it to Handel. Handel tries to backhand it along. It comes behind the net where Ryan Mitchell will have it for the Panthers. Now up to Damon. Damon a one-touch finds Colton Ayers. Ayers working here. Now one touch back to him. Ayers gets it into the zone, drops that one off for Arose. Arose fires one in from long ways away, and it's covered up by Gilbertson.
Again, right now, Oregon is looking like the team that we know they have that ability to be. They have that crisp passing. They're getting the looks they want, and they're forcing teams to make mistakes. How many turnovers have we seen from just smart heads-up plays from the Panthers?
Panthers just looking very, very sharp here, trying to get the right line up here. And I think we're actually a skater short, speaking of. Still some confusion. You could tell Coach Yachman trying to direct traffic a little bit here. Now we get Jake Fountain that'll come in as the center. 9-2 the score, and there's 10:35 left to play as the clock continues to run. This one grabbed by Pat McCormick, sent down, but held by MG. Brett Zapp picks it up in his own near corner, looking to move this one out. Nice job to cut around one man. Good lead pass, and gets that one forward to Prybush. Prybush all the way across to Smith. Instead, it's Reynolds that comes up with it. And actually, I think this might be offsides, because that was the linesman that whistled it.
It would have to be an intentional offsides.
Yeah, because we're coming all the way back here.
Oh, icing.
Huh.
Okay.
I have to admit, I would not have expected that, but icing the call. So Sawyer LaChance will take on Brady Garethenis in the faceoff dot. Garethenis wins it back to Vinge. Vinge on the corner trying to move it forward. Get it to Garethenis once again as he cuts through center ice. He's got a lead pass here for Tanner Smith. Smith forced to stop up and actually lets that one go, and Drew Reynolds will rim it forward to Jake Fountain.
Yeah, they were offsides.
Oh, offsides warning. Yeah, there we go. So saw the hand up from the referee. Nice move around. Good little delay play there from Oregon to get that puck out. It was Sawyer LaChance. Now swatted in by Jake Fountain again, and the Panthers will put some more pressure on. Carried by Vinge. Cross-ice pass goes a bit strong, but now this one is picked up by Seifert. Seifert's got a man across. Instead, it's gloved right out of the air by Newton. And I think sometimes goaltenders like Newton who have a good glove make that look easy. That is not an easy save.
It's not, and what I like to see right there is if you watched it and we had the perfect angle, he followed that all the way into his glove. He had it right there. He knew where it was. That's a lot harder than it looks.
9:01 to play, 9-2 the advantage for the home team Panthers. Zach Roscos against Riley Seifert in the far side of the Panthers zone. This one controlled by MG. They get it up to the point, fire a shot in. It's kicked away by Hayden Bell to the corner. Carson Timberlake has it there, moves it around one man and gets it to the near side. Feeds this one up for Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer out into center ice. It's briefly taken by MG, but re-grabbed by Tristan Hughes. Hughes skating backwards, almost loses track of that puck, but is able to move it over to Timberlake. Timberlake, a lead pass, finds Zach Roscos. He's got Tyson Rohrer across. Roscos moves around his man into the center. This one comes on net, and in fact, I think that was played on net by Jack Lemire of MG.
Yeah, that was close because that was Lemire who kind of put it in on his goaltender. His goaltender had to cover that quick, but there was a lot of traffic real quick coming at the hash marks.
Zach Roscos can really fly. He is moving up the ice. Good job by MG to put some bodies on him, but the puck still makes it all the way to Gilbertson, who stops it up. Face off in the far side of the MG zone. 8:01 to play in the game. Panthers up 9-2. Puck drops, and the Panthers do win it back all the way to Mitchell. Mitchell right to Damon. Damon all alone. Shot off the mask, and a save by Gilbertson using the cage, and they will take it. Brett Zapp trying to work his way around a couple of Panthers. Stripped by Arose. Arose gets that one to Damon. Damon looks to turn around. His shot deflected into the safety net. It was Jack Susky that got in the way that time.
Yeah, that shot that Tyler Damon, he was going for that same exact spot that Roscos went, and it caught the neck protector of the goaltender just kind of hanging down there. And honestly, that's what I needed to save my collarbone, but I don't wear one. And he just was able to get in front of it. So that was a nice setup.
7:18 to play. Off the face-off, Panthers win it. Get it to Shiljan to the point. Goes right through his 5-hole, though, and he'll have to track it back into the Oregon territory. Shiljan working on Susky, turns around, loses control of the puck, but able to keep it moving forward, sticks with it. Damon a one-touch to Colton Ayers. Ayers and Laszlo gain the zone, feed across to Laszlo, top of the circle. He'll turn around and set up on offense. Damon, high slot, shot, deflects up high and into the glass. Now carried by Zapp. Zapp can't move around Colton Ayers. Ayers trying to get after it, still stuck on the near side. Shiljan holds it there, now cleared out. No, Damon sends it back down low. 6:45 to play here in the third and final period. Clock continues to run as there's at least a 6-goal advantage for the home team Panthers. They're up 9-2. Clear out from MG. That one comes all the way down, and it'll let MG get a line change. Nice job by Hunter Newton looking to play this one forward for Damon on the cherry pick. Laszlo can't quite get there in time, and MG able to clear it out. But how about Hunter Newton playing the puck?
Yeah, that's a confident goaltender, and goaltenders are pretty good at handling that puck, and he saw that Damon was all alone.
Here comes Zapp on a Panther line change. Tries to move around one man. Heads to the outside. Good shot. A second shot. What a save! Oh, man, Zapp's shot was perfect. He gets the rebound right to Churches. Somehow Newton cuts across and makes the second save. Brandon Churches is looking at some serious open net, and then Newton flashes in, takes it away.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time, the powerful push-off from that side to side, and it was explosive from Hunter because that was an open net.
Face-off coming. Hunter Blocker saves that one. A little chip off the face-off, but he manages to save it. And now here comes Andy Ziamek with Matt Strassman across. It's poked off his stick by Dawson Dutcher, but comes back to Strassman, who rims it hard. Excuse me, that was Jake Fountain. Now Strassman tracking after it. It'll come up to the point for Strassman. He's got it there, and he'll step up. Top of the circle here, looks for a pass and swing on a one-time from Fountain. No good. He went over the top of it. MG picks it up behind their own net, and carrying it is Johnson. Johnson has it on the near side, tries to lift one out. He does get it out of the zone and all the way up to Churches. Churches' lead pass goes into Lemire, and Lemire heads to the far side. Turns around at the outer hashes to set up, feed that one to the point. Center point shot coming, a nice deflection save, and it's picked up by MG again. Sent through center, no good, but MG will hold at the point once more. Turning around onto this Fountain. Fountain tries to get it to Strassman, no, poked forward, and this one will be sent in by Prybush. Prybush's shot goes right in the corner as MG changes. 4:54 to play in the third and final period. Panthers up 9-2. Sent back in by MG, this time by Johnson. Stopped up by Newton, who gives it to Drew Reynolds for Oregon. His pass goes past Jake Fountain and comes all the way out, where Johnson will take it again in the Silver Eagles zone. Johnson looking to set something up here, gets that one forward to Tanner Smith. Smith on the right wing side, now tries to feed into center, blocked by Carson Timberlake, and Timberlake takes that puck, 2-on-2 with Strassman. Timberlake can't move around. Nice job by Garrett Vinge to poke check it, and we end up with the offsides. Garrett Vinge breaks up what was a very promising scoring opportunity there.
It was. Vinge did a great job there on defense, and if you watched him as he was coming in, he wasn't following the puck, he was following the body. Defense wants to separate the player from the puck, and that's exactly what he was doing, was able to get his stick down and break it up.
Sawyer LaChance taking on Gareth Ennis. Gareth Ennis wins it for MG, and now this one carried forward. Vinge sends one a bit long, and Timberlake will have it for the Panthers. Timberlake up to Sawyer LaChance. LaChance loses it again, though, and now Vinge has it right in his own slot. He'll send it to the wall for Zapp. Zapp rims that one to Vinge on the far side now, and Vinge carrying it up. Moves around his own man and actually gets kind of trapped by his own man in the wall. Hayden Bell sends this one forward for Bryce McLeod. McLeod trying to get after it. Brett Zapp has it. McLeod takes it away. McLeod at the outer hashes, now down into the corner. Zapp regathers, trying to send to the near side. 3:34 to play as this puck comes instead to the far side, where Hayden Bell will do battle with Matthew Prybush. Bell and Prybush just sort of stuck here right in front of the Zamboni door. Now it does come out. Prybush able to knock it forward and into center ice. Taken there by the captain, Carson Timberlake. Timberlake up to LaChance, and here comes LaChance entering the zone. LaChance out to his outer side, drops one off for Timberlake. Timberlake guards it well and sends to Hayden Bell. Bell's shot deflected in. Second chance from LaChance, no good. Has it behind the net, though, and feeds across to McCormick. McCormick up to the point. There's nobody at that point, unfortunately, and that one comes all the way out. There was a defensive line change, and so Gage Shiljan not yet back in position.
Yeah, and it looks like Oregon's going to try and get their line out there, too, and I guess I'm kind of surprised I'm not seeing Tyler Damon out there. I figured they'd be looking to try and get him a Hattie.
Now they feed this one in. It comes in just off sides as Andy Ziamek really wanted it, takes a shot after and gets a little grumbling from the crowd. But with 2:37 to play, we'll have a neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, again, it's sometimes so hard for people to know what it's like when you're coming down the ice. That whistle as you're in the motion of a shot, it's incredibly difficult to always time that so you stop.
Exactly. Zymek on the faceoff, tries to win it forward. Strassman able to force it in, and the Panthers will go for an offensive chance here. Pushed off it by Johnson. Strassman takes it away with some authority. Now coming up the near side of the boards, held instead by Shiljan and sent back down. Hand is up. And we're going to get something going against MG here. High sticking against Jack Lemire. So with 2:03 to play, basically the rest of the game will be a power play for the Panthers. They're already up 9-2 in this game.
Yeah, and right now a power play is the last thing you want to give Oregon. I mean, obviously, I think it's pretty much safe to assume this game's going to end with Oregon winning. But you don't want to go your last 2 minutes on a penalty kill.
Zymek taking on Gareth Ennis in the faceoff dot. Zymek wins it across to Shiljan, who sends it to Mitchik. Mitchik back to Shiljan. Shiljan to the faceoff dot. Shot blocked away, deflected by Dawson Dutcher. Panthers still control, though. Fountain trying to get it. What a stop. Oh, boy, what a play by Mitchik to hold that one in the zone. This one held by Shiljan again. He cuts towards the center point, trying to work around his man. Drops it off for Mitchik as they trade defensive position. Zymek to Shiljan. Shiljan high slot, broken up and knocked away by Gareth Ennis. Still held by Fountain. Getting after it is Mitchik at the point. They've got 3 men up on the blue line now, and they'll reestablish position. Back to Mitchik at the far point. Mitchik sends across to Shiljan on the near side. Back to Mitchik, top of the circle, deflected again, up over the net and swatted out by MG. Shiljan still holds. 1:15 left to go on the power play, 1:15 left to play in the game. Now MG able to knock this one all the way out. Mitchik is getting after it, and he'll take it behind his own net. Nope, send that one forward for Strassman. Actually, Strassman was changing, so he's not going to grab it. Instead, MG sends it forward shorthanded, and this one will come behind the Oregon net. Mitchik picks it up, moves it across for Gage Shiljan. Shiljan sends forward to Zymek, and here come the Panthers the other way. Zymek dumps that one in. 51 seconds in the game, 48 seconds on the power play as Sawyer LaChance tries to get after this one. LaChance and Fountain battling in the corner. Now Bryce McLeod steps up. McLeod able to get it to Fountain. Fountain right there in front of the Zamboni garage, still trying to get a handle on this one. Instead, it's taken away by Ethan Johnson and sent all the way down the ice. A weird sort of skittering puck comes on net. Hunter Newton guides it away. Drew Reynolds will carry. 27 seconds left in the game. 24 seconds on the power play. Matt Rush now has it, and he'll turn around back behind his own net. Panthers with a 9-2 lead, just looking to finish things out here. Rush moves it forward for McLeod. McLeod can't stop it, and instead Garrett Vinge sends it back out. Nice kick by Drew Reynolds, and in fact McLeod will have one last chance. 9 seconds to play. No strip to the puck by Ryan Berger, and that should just about do it. 3 seconds to go. Penalty expires, and that is it. The Panthers looked great in this game. Had some penalties in the second period, nothing too serious. Most importantly, no after the whistle action, none of the kind of nonsense we've seen in some previous matches. And boy, their offense was firing on all cylinders. Some gorgeous, gorgeous goals.
Yeah, almost all the goals were set up 2 to 3 passes ahead of time. They were things that was just good, hard work. And the one thing that I always look at when you see penalties, how many penalties are retaliation penalties? And in this case, we didn't see a single one. And that's huge because that shows that there's a certain amount of maturity and discipline out there where you're playing from whistle to whistle, and that's it. That's when you want to stop, and Oregon looked great.
They really did, and against a conference opponent here at MG who, coming into this game, it was not really clear where they would be on the sort of totem pole. I think it's safe to say right now that in the Badger South, it's Edgewood and Oregon and everybody else because they're looking awfully sharp.
They really are, and this is what teams have to watch out for. You know, they are one of these teams that when they start rolling, when they start getting those passes, especially those between the legs, backhands right in front of the net, those are what's going to burn you every time, and they look so pretty. The question is, when they play a team like Edgewood, are they going to stay with the kind of momentum we're seeing, or are they going to revert back to a more physical and then risk taking time in the box?
And we'll get to see. We've got some more action coming up for these Panthers. We unfortunately will not be covering the game tomorrow when they take on McFarland. But then next week, Thursday, we are at the LeBon Arena. They will play Madison Edgewood there. And Tuesday, they are also in action. Let me just pull it up real quick so I get you the correct team. Stoughton So a lot of in-conference action coming up here. McFarland Saturday, like I said, unfortunately we're not covering it. Tuesday, Stoughton at home, and then Thursday, Edgewood at LeBon. Going to be a lot of fun, both of those games. But before we get going here, Dan, 1 star each team. Who do you like?
I like Brett Zapp. He did a great job. If I'm correct, he is the captain. Smart defensive player who also activated and went on offense and just looked solid. And he was everywhere. And I'm going to get a look from you, but I'm going to pick Tristan Hughes for a couple reasons. One, his play was phenomenal. Did a great job of moving the puck. His 2 goals were great, but he dished that puck more than just about anybody else out there, set up a number of goals, and it was the most mature game I've seen from him this season.
Absolutely agree. Tristan Hughes played great, and Brett Zapp, just a stout defenseman, the kind of defenseman that makes it look easy. You know, it doesn't look like he's doing that much, but he's doing a heck of a lot for him. For myself, for MG, because I've got a couple of names in mind, but I'm going to go with Tanner Smith, number 20 forward. Had their first goal in the second period. He was the kind of guy that was always carrying it for them. Had a lot of speed, moved through the neutral zone well, moved around defenders quite well, and set up a lot of their offensive opportunities. I thought he looked great. And then for the Panthers, Zach Roscoe. Zach Roscoe had at least a hat trick worth of assists. Could be more when we look at the official score. Had a goal himself. You said a number of times in the broadcast, you're absolutely right, a face-off monster. Rarely loses a face-off. He was a sophomore last year and was a huge production on this team. He's a junior this year and is producing again. To the fact that they get him back another year, they've got to be thrilled about that.
And it's one of the most understated skills in hockey is face-offs. And if you can control and dominate them, that is such a huge get for your team on the power play. Because on a power play, the other goaltender is trying to cover that puck, stop the movement. If you have a face-off artist in there who's able to pull it, that's going to hurt them every time. So, yeah, absolutely on Roscoe's. And Smith was so solid with that puck, and that first goal was beautiful.
It was a gorgeous setup from MG.
Oh, yeah, great hands.
All right, folks, this was a fun one to watch. The Panthers look really, really sharp against a conference opponent that has given other teams trouble, but the Panthers find the way. 9-2 is the final. For our camera operator and producer Noah, my partner Dan Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff, saying so long, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care, everybody.